What's good, y'all? It's your boy, Coach Carl. Mr. 58 is the new 28. And here we go again. We back online. We back online on live. Just checking my people out, seeing what everybody got going on today. No matter where you from, you could be from anywhere in the world, but you up here today. We all up here together. We gonna make it happen. Man, these phone cases is cheap these days. They don't last worth nothing. Gotta get me a new phone case for my other phone. If y'all up here, chime in. Let me know where y'all from. Let me know what y'all got going on today. Y'all ever get telemarketers, text message telemarketers? Crazy when you start getting text messages from telemarketers. And the text messages be like, if you're interested, say yes. And if not, you can stop it by just saying stop. I'll put a stop on a lot of these suckers because they be bugging, man. They be trying to sell you stuff through a text message. All you gotta do is put in your account number. Put in your account number. And we'll have it right to you. Yeah. Let's see how that work out. Put in your account number. And we'll have it right to you pronto. After they steal all your money. Then they'll send it to you pronto. So what's good with y'all? Where y'all at in the world and what's happening with you? I appreciate y'all logging in with your boy. Let's get the party started. Let's talk about what y'all want to talk about. Let's talk about what y'all want to talk about. They say, I'm from the UK and never bothered buying a TV, so this is my first time exposed to an American accent, and I'm deeply disturbed by it. Hey, look, we probably deeply disturbed by y'all, too. We from different places, man. You got to learn to get along. Look, that's what it is. That's what the world is. The world ain't the same nowhere. Hey, look, but the one thing I learned about the internet, it's just like the TV and everything else. You can always turn it off if you don't like it. What's going on with y'all? What's happening? Hey, look, being bald is fashionable now. This is 2025. Ain't a whole lot of people walking around here with hair. All the superstars don't got no hair no more. Some of us choose to go bald because we like it. Some of us choose to go bald because we can't help it. Yes, sir. Where y'all at? What's going on with y'all today? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What we got here? Hey, look. They can call me anything they want. It don't matter. Hey, look. I'm 58 years old. Don't nothing hurt my feelings no more. Yeah. Hey, look, I'm 58 years old. Don't nothing hurt my feelings no more. People think you got to be popular, right? You ain't got to be popular no more. Hey, look, this is the new millennium. I ain't got to be popular. I don't care who like me and who don't like me. Whoever don't like me won't hang around me. That's what that is. So you're a housewife from Japan. So I ain't got to be popular no more. Hey, look, when I was 12, I wanted to be popular. I wanted to be popular on the playground, popular in school. I wanted to be picked for all the games. But when you're an adult, you don't care about none of that. You don't care about none of that. You don't care who don't like you. I spent a whole lifetime not paying attention to who didn't like me. It don't matter. The only thing I had to do was make money and live. That's the truth. You're looking great for such a grand age. Hey, look, I appreciate it. 58 years old. That's what we do here. Just finished going through my workout. Just came back from a run. Martin Garrix, what's up? I can't say some of y'all names, but what's good with you? War Jones 265, sup, coach? Saying hello. Hope all is going well. Just left the gym. I know you put that time in, man. You got that fight coming up in January, boy. We're going to be on it. We're going to be on it. Somebody say, hello, what's the age? 58, baby. 58 and feeling great. Hey, look, coach, stay consistent and healthy. Believe it. I work out 7 days a week, 3.5 hours a day. Run 3 to 5 miles every day. Hit the bag for 45 minutes every day. Somebody say, I look 40. Hey, look, I appreciate it. I'm going to keep doing the best I can and take care of my own life. This is the one thing we can control, yo. Control your own life. I'm in Virginia. Do you believe you are born evil? Nah, I believe it's taught. That's why you can have 2 kids from 2 different backgrounds play with each other like it ain't nothing to it until they start learning that we ain't always did that. Then, you know how I go. You know how I get mixed up now. Coach, when you are working out like that at 58 years old, doesn't matter. It's about what you put in your body. The only thing you can control is your health. Yeah, that's the bottom line. You control your health. People don't understand that. You control your health. I tell people, hey, look, I got a video on my channel right now called Life is Lifing. Look at it. It's a video on my channel right now. I dropped it this morning. Life be lifing. I say you could take an empty pillowcase and drop a basketball in it, and it's gonna be like this. You can take a cheeseburger and drop it in your body, and it's gonna be like this. It's the same concept. So the bottom line is, we got to change the game. You got to stop dropping anything in your system, and expecting your system not to be affected by it. I tell people, everything that happens inside your body comes from something that you put in your body. Say, I look better than 99% of 40-year-old people. Hey, look, I'm just trying to get the other 99% to do the same thing I'm doing to get to the same place I'm at. That's what it's all about. It's all about exercise and dieting. I'm vegan 100%. I exercise 7 days a week. I had to put this big jacket on because I just came back from my run. This jacket is too big. This is a large, but I don't wear a large no more. It's an old jacket I got in the closet downstairs. I ain't feel like going upstairs grabbing all that stuff, so I just grabbed the first thing I could get my hands on. What's up, Coach? MD3 the Sniper. What's good with you? Yeah, man. Everybody can do what I'm doing. I ain't did nothing special. I ain't did nothing that requires you to be Superman. Only thing I did is train in the rain. Like I'm insane. That's the bottom line. Train in the rain like I'm insane. I appreciate y'all being up here. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for keeping this dialogue going. I thank y'all for logging in every day and checking on your boys, seeing what's going on. Let me know what y'all doing and what y'all need to know. Whatever you need to know, I got some answers over here. Don't let me die with these answers. I know I'm 58 and I'm looking great, but I don't mean I'm going to be here forever. So let me give you what I got while I'm still here. Let me give you what I got. So if y'all got questions, I got answers. Sometimes the questions be left field, right field, center field. It don't matter. If I got an answer for the question, I'm going to give you the answer. We're going to pop it off. We're going to pop it off for everybody up here. So you might be a second smarter, a day faster, and $1 more than you was yesterday. I tell people, man, tomorrow you just want to be a step faster and a step stronger than you was today. I didn't always, like I said, I wasn't always in the kind of shape I'm in now. I was when I was younger. But at 40 years old, 40 to 45, 46 years old, the worst years of my life. But I changed my life. At 46, I decided I was going to start working out harder than ever. I'm going to do better than last time. Each time became better than last time. I started out doing 5 push-ups in a set. 5. Ended up doing 100. 100 straight. And I was 50, I think I was like 50 by the time I got to 100. How do you stop eating meat? Don't you miss the steak, the chicken, and the lamb chops? First of all, I never ate steak in my life. I never ate lamb chops in my life. Only thing I grew up on was eggs and chicken. And so it was easy, man. You just basically just got to cut it out. If you decide that's what you want to do with your life, then you will, and you know everything requires some sacrifice. So I sacrificed and I changed the game. Yep, I changed the game. Hey, some people say meat is good for you. Hey, look, then keep eating it. Hey, look, just like some people still believe in Santa Claus, then keep believing. Some people don't believe in God, then, hey, look, that's on you. Everybody got their own road. This was my road. Remember, I don't try to get y'all to walk my road. My road is hard. I went on a 50-hour fast on Saturday. Came off of it on Monday. And then, since then, I had my dinner per day since Monday has been an apple, an orange, and a banana. And my protein shakes. I drink plant-based protein. Everybody got to walk their own path. Say you from Texas. I'm from Virginia, dog. Everybody hollering they a bastard. Ain't nobody no master up here. I should get a fight with another streamer? Why? I don't fight no more. I trained it to protect myself and to protect my family and to teach other people. Fighting is it's overrated. Every now and then, man, you get some people that come up on your channel and don't make no sense at all. And you just gotta get them off of here. Yes, sir. Sometimes you just gotta weed through the crap. Everybody got to weed through the crap. You ask anybody that's got a live stream, they got to weed through the crap to get to the good stuff. Coach, what was your favorite job you had in show? 58 years old. I don't know what that means. But I guess you asking what was my favorite job I had. I've always had the same job since 18 years old in a shop. 15 years old to 18 years old at the house. I've always had the same job. I've always been a barber. Went to barber school when I was 18 years old. At 23 years old, I had my license. Well, 22 years old, I had my license. And no, I started barber school at 19. At 23, I had my license. And at 24, I opened up my first barbershop. Kept it from 24, that was 1992, all the way up until 2020. It's not easy to change your life early or late. It's people that can't stop eating donuts at 10 years old. Hey, look, changing your life is changing your life. It don't matter what age you are, but some people can't change it when they're young. I changed mine because I didn't become vegan until 2014. I got on a diet in 2013. I was 201 pounds, 5'6". It wasn't really big, just wasn't in shape. So at 2013, I changed my whole life. And in 6 months, I was in tip-top shape. And I've been in the same shape since 2013. In 2014, I became vegan. Just want to do something different. That's basically, I did it for one day. So I want to see how hard it is to not eat meat today. Then the next day. Then the next day. Then I said I'm going to do a month. Then I said I'm going to do 6 months. Next thing I know, it's almost 12 years. Come on, man. At 27 years old, I ain't supposed to look better than you. You can change that today if you think that's the case. You can change it. Hey, look, it's funny because people up here, and this is nobody. So get that part straight from the beginning. LM or IMSKI_5. You say, what about the protein intake? Let me explain something to you. When we were in high school and all those guys was playing football and came out of the weight room looking buff, how much protein you think they was eating? How much protein do you think they was eating in high school? But they came out looking like The Rock. How many guys you see walk down the street with a six-pack already and never even heard of protein? So people think you got to have so much protein in order to be in this kind of shape. You don't. But what I tell people is this. I do get protein in my system because I don't eat a lot of food. And I really don't eat a lot. I had an apple, an orange, and a banana 2 days in a row. But I drink plant-based protein. So I do it because I don't eat enough food. People that eat a lot of food that really could just go in the kitchen and make spaghetti or make a hot dog or make a hamburger, whatever you choose to eat, you can work out and not have to consume X amount of protein and still end up in good shape. But they teach you, all the gyms and all the bodybuilding seminars teach you got to get 1 gram of protein per body weight in order to get cut up. Nah, that's not true. That's what they teach you. But it's other ways. People been getting built since before. Hey, look, you ain't in prison. They ain't drinking no 150 grams, 200 grams of protein. They come out looking cut up. It's all about the work ethics. Do you think at a young age women are a distraction? People are a distraction at a young age. Anybody that's not on the same page you on, trying to get to the same place you getting, is a distraction. You know, association, assimilation. You can't hang with people that ain't doing nothing and be trying to do something. I hung with a lot of guys that was drug dealers. I hung with a lot of guys that was street fighters. I hung with a lot of guys that was thieves. I hung with a lot of guys that was murderers. But in order for me to get where I had to go, I couldn't hang with them. They weren't going, we didn't have the same practices. So in order for me to be a business owner, barbershop owner, and all the other things that I did in my life, I had a recording studio at one time. I mean, all the things that I did in my life, I couldn't hang with guys that weren't going in the same direction. They were just going to bring me down. Say meat is good if you are working out like a bodybuilder. As you get older, meat doesn't digest well like a donut. Hey, look, I don't know. Like I say, as I got older, I got more cut up. That's all I know. Hey, look, all I try to tell people is what I did. What I did is I do 100 grams of protein. People told me I should have 150, 160. I did 100 grams of protein and I got straight cut up. And I don't eat none but vegetables. I eat vegetables straight across the board. Every vegetable you name, I probably eat it. Broccoli, asparagus, carrots, corn, man, cauliflower, beans, green beans, cabbage, collard greens. I eat them all. And then I eat some potatoes. Like I eat red potatoes, white potatoes. And only thing other than that, the vegetables I eat. Every now and then I eat rice if I want something different. Or I eat a plant-based flatbread, plant-based pizza if I want something different. But that's only every so often. But mostly I eat apples, oranges, bananas, grapes, cantaloupe, and watermelon. I eat peanuts, cashews, and sunflower seeds. And so that's my diet. But it worked for me. And like I said, I test myself every now and then to see what I'm made out of. So on Saturday, I went on a liquid diet where I still drank protein. I drank vegan hot chocolate and water. I did that for 3 days, basically two and a half days, 50 hours. Somebody asked me, have I ever smashed in my whole life? I wonder if I didn't. I wonder how you had kids. So let that. But I don't call it smashing. But I understand what you're asking me. What's my workout routine? Man, you don't want to know that. My workout routine is crazy. It's 3.5 hours long. So that's saying a lot. But let's say this. I'll give you a small interpretation of my routine. First thing I do when I come downstairs in the morning, I put on a 20-pound weight vest. That's a 20-pound vest sitting on them red parallel bars. I put on a 20-pound weight vest. I do 200 push-ups. Then I do 40 pull-ups, 40 chin-ups, and 40 dips. Then I do 200 squats, 200 calf raises. Then I do a 5-minute plank. Then I take the vest off. Then I do 30 minutes worth of crunches. Then I get up, I do using 50-pound dumbbells. I do bench pressing, double hand, and single hand. And then I also do shoulder shrugs, single obliques, um, deadlift. Then I got 25s. I do curls. I use 20s to do wrist curls. I use 15s to do butterflies. I mean, I go through a whole routine. I got hand grippers. I mean, I do everything. Push-ups. I do all kinds of creative stuff. Hang upside down. I do leg lifts. I mean, it's. I do dead hang. If you know what dead hang is, I hang from the bar. I hit the bag for 45 minutes. I run 3 to 5 miles a day. I mean, and I run basically an average 8 minutes a mile, unless I'm going fast. If I'm planning on going faster, I get in the sevens. But my routine is kind of crazy. But it's been crazy. I've been doing the same exact routine, the same level of routine for at least the last 6 or 7 years. I don't change the exercises. I come downstairs every morning. I do the same thing. So if you never put your training into practice, you won't be prepared when it's time to use it. Hitting a bag and a person are completely different. Victory JC 111. Good story. But let me explain something to you. I'm 58 years old. You don't think I ever fought? At 58 years old. I got 58 years. I've been training since I was 7. I've been in every kind of tournament you could think of. A wrestling tournament, a karate tournament, a boxing tournament, a smoker, if you know what a smoker is. I've been a street fighter. I mean, I don't need to keep doing that now. I understand what I'm capable of doing. So I don't need to do it now. At 58, just because I look like I'm walking around looking like I'm in shape don't mean I want to swing on nobody. But the reality is I train. When you train as long as I train, I can see the person in front of me when I'm training, if he's not here. I can break a jaw the same way I could break a rib at 58 when I was doing it at 18. I mean, when you learn the art, you learn the art. And it's no going backwards. I don't know nothing but what I know. I got 51 years of doing the exact same thing. Right now, somebody said, if I may, how old are you? I'm 58. Thank y'all for being up here. And make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. Make sure y'all keep asking the questions. And make sure y'all hit the like button and bring the likes up, yo. Let the algorithm know that we paying attention here. Good example you're setting. I found out it's in the blood. Make it alkaline and lemon water. I mean, I don't drink lemon water or alkaline. I just plain water, bruh. I love plain spring water. I got a whole gallon of it. I drink a gallon of water a day. But I don't knock people that do. Say a barber without hair, you don't have to have hair to cut people hair, clown. I mean, what kind of sense does that make? I've been a barber for 40 years. You don't think everybody know I can cut hair by now? A barber for 40 years. Cutting anywhere between 80 and 120 heads a week. You don't think people think I can cut hair by now? I ain't remember. You got to remember something, dog. You must be young. Because when you get to my age, you ain't got to prove nothing to nobody. They already know the answer. You already know the answer. I've been owning barbershops probably longer than you've been alive. Why did I close my shop? It's always time to get out of something. You know, you get tired of it. You're just like anything else. It's a lifetime. I mean, that's like asking somebody at 60, why did you retire? Because he was tired of working. When you make enough money and you do enough things, it's time to change your life. And nobody said I had to cut hair till the day I died. I started up. People tell me cutting hair was my what you call it? Not my forte. Was my gift. Was cutting hair was my gift. No, it just was easy to me. I was forced to cut my own hair when I was like 14 years old because my brother used to cut my hair. And one day he couldn't cut it. So he told me what to do. He said, put the guard on it and do this. And then when you get to the side, do that. And I did it. And so I got good at it. And then people used to think that I kept going to a barbershop, but I was actually cutting my own hair. And so people started asking me to cut their hair. So at 15 years old, I was cutting out of my house 7 days a week. I was cutting 15 hairs a day at 15 years old. I became real popular in my city as a barber. So it wasn't nothing for me to open up a barbershop. Coach, at 18, you had a lot of discipline. Not a lot of young brothers could say that. Hey, look, I was blessed. I had a mother and a father that basically kept me in the right direction. And man, I'll tell you a funny story, man. At 19 years old, I was in community college. I was going to school 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 11, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. 8 to 9:30, 9:30 to 11, Tuesday and Thursday. I would go to work at 11:30 at the barbershop, work from 11:30 to 6. At 6:30 at night, I went to barber school from 6:30 to 9. And that was 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So Saturday and Sunday, Saturday I just worked all day. And Sunday was my day of rest. I just washed my car and all that. I used to have like the 1969 Impala, two-door, white joint. License plate said True Me, Trume. But I mean, look, you have a life. You have the life. You have the life that you put up for. I put up for that life. That was the life I wanted. That was the life I got. When you were in the joint, did you, man, I was never in the joint, bro. Hey, look, you got to say that question for somebody else. Hey, look, I ain't going to sit here and preach about doing the right thing. If I did the wrong thing, I'll let you know I did the wrong thing. But if I ain't do the wrong thing, I'm not going to make y'all think that I got cool because I went to the joint. I ain't never go to the joint because that ain't my thing. I was too smart to be in prison, bro. Well, the longer you have a habit, the harder it is to change it. No, it is. And you said, so shut up. Hey, look, you could have left that part off, sucker. But let me explain something to you. I had a habit. I had a bunch of habits. They ain't all had to be good habits. They was just habits. I used to drink. I used to drink beer, wine, coolers, vodka, gin, rummy, anything, Hennessy. I drank everything. And then one day I came downstairs and I realized I was just tired of drinking. So what happened is I dumped it in the sink. I had a half a 40 ounce of Colt 45. I tell this story all the time. I dumped it in the sink. And from that point on, I stopped drinking. I used to drink coffee, right? I drank coffee for like a year. And then one day I came downstairs in the morning and my wife, she hadn't bought no coffee and I went running the night before, but I didn't think we didn't have none. So when I came downstairs that morning, there was no coffee. This was like 6 months ago. And I came in the kitchen and there was no coffee. We got a Keurig machine, no coffee. So I worked out. Let me tell you, that was the hardest workout I ever did. Why? Because I was used to using the caffeine from the coffee to build me up so I could work out. But there was no coffee. There was no caffeine. So guess what? I found out I had to do it by myself. I'm the type of person that if I ever need anything or anybody that much, I'll cut it off. Why? Simply because I never wanted to depend on nobody. I never wanted to depend on nobody or nothing to get nothing done. So with that being said, I had customers, and Lord knows I love my barber customers. But if a customer came in and didn't know how to act, didn't treat me fair as I was giving him a service, and he didn't know how to talk to me, I told him don't come back. They said, "But man, you're gonna lose your customers like that." Then that's the price I'm gonna have to pay because I'm not gonna be under the gun of somebody, never. So if I ever worked for somebody, he didn't treat me right, I quit. I'd always go to work for somebody else. I only worked for one barbershop, two barbershops. I worked for one barbershop for 4 years. And when he found out I was about to open up a shop, he fired me. I went to another guy's shop just because I needed 2 months before my shop opened up. My shop was already being painted and everything. But I don't know why the guy fired me. He just figured I was going to leave and probably take the customers I had, which they were mine already anyway. I was the only one to cut the people I was cutting. But he fired me. So I went down the street, went to work for another guy, worked there for 2 months, then went and opened up my shop. And that's life. Life does what life do. Truly an inspiration. I'm a barber and a boxer too. Well, that's what I'm talking about. You can get it done. How old are you, man? Enrique Simmons, how old are you? Hey, man, you be in the game. Be in it. All I tell you is the same thing somebody told me. I was making $1,000 a week at 18 years old, cutting hair. And the guy asked me, he says, what do you do with your money? So I started trying to be all educated and explain what I was doing. And he said, well, let me ask you a question. How much money do you save? I was like, well, I put $100 up here. He said, listen, you're making $1,000 a week at 18. You're making about $500 a week more than everybody else at 18. How come you're not saving at least $200? So he told me a deal, and I listened because I wasn't uneducated. I just didn't know. So what I ended up doing was I started saving money. And then at 52, I was able to say, okay, I'm done. Were 90s good than this time? Yeah, because not a lot of people were complaining about the way the world was going. See, the world is confused right now. You got you got a guy that'll run into a church in a car, jump out and start shooting people. You got people that'll run through a crowd of people and try to kill people for nothing. You got people that, because everybody's strung out. Everybody not strung out on drugs, but strung out on life, sometimes the bad life. So yeah, the 90s was simple and plain. In 1990, I had been out of high school for 4 years. I was doing my thing in 1990. I was working in the barbershop, making plenty of money. I was driving nice cars. I mean, I ain't never bought no new car, so don't get it twisted. Every car I ever had was at least 15, 20 years old because I like old school cars. I would buy them. I had a mechanic. He would work on them. I put them in the shop, get them painted, put rims on them, put new tires on them, put a system in it. And I had a car. I had 69 Impala, 1972 Duke Boys Dodge Charger, if you know what the Duke Boys are. I had a Dodge Charger. I had all kinds of cars, but that was what I liked at that time. But yeah, 90s was funky, man. 90s was funky. All the songs that were rap songs were just rap songs. They were just rap about life. You know what I'm saying? You make up good skits about life. Now every rap song is about how many gold teeth you got, how much money you got, how many bricks you sold. You know what I'm saying? No cap. That's the new night. That's the 2025 thing. You know, now you got 12-year-olds rapping about I was a drug dealer for 10 years. You know how I go to it. It's always a game. It's a game, man. It's a game changer. Coach, can you please explain to him how much meat and take a horse, take a look at fast? Yeah. Hey, look, people don't understand. They think it takes meat to do everything. But a gorilla don't eat no meat. But a rhinoceros don't eat meat. An elephant don't eat meat. So you figure like, how is this possible that an elephant could be so strong and not eat no meat? Man, all it takes, like what's it called? Popeye said, spinach, baby, spinach. I gotta Google something real quick. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. It says, no, gorillas are primary herbivores, eating plants, stems, and fruit. But ain't no man gonna beat no gorilla. Hey, look, a gorilla don't eat no meat, and you talking about something being strong. A gorilla don't eat no meat, and you can't beat a gorilla. So what's that saying? You can eat all the meat you want, and you ain't gonna beat a gorilla. What are some easy, affordable vegan food hacks? Vegetables. That's the easiest thing you can get. Vegetables. You can't always buy cashews. Cashews is, man, my cashews I be buying now $6.99 a bag. Used to be $3.99 a bag. But you can buy a can of plain peanuts. You can buy some sunflower seeds. I buy graham crackers that ain't made with eggs or milk. Because that's good. Because my mama was a diabetic, and so she used to eat graham crackers all the time. So I said, they're good for me. They're good for you. They're good for me. I eat fruit, man. I mean, fruit is good. I got an apple, and I bought an apple or orange today, right out the pack, bro. Apple and orange. I buy that big yellow junk, a granny yellow junk. But I just eat vegetables, man. I mean, it's just that simple. And you drink plant-based protein. If you don't have certain things you don't get out your food that you don't get from the animal products, you can get it from protein, plant-based protein, made out of plants. Let me see. It says you can have criminal friends and end up being a barber. Yeah. And I end up cutting their hair. And they tried to tip me big. But I was like, yo, that my famous philosophy is only pay me what you owe me. Just pay me what you owe me. Bottom line, I had an old drunk guy come in the shop one day. And he had 20s that was stuck together. It was 3 20s. And he just pulled out his wallet. He was stumbling around and handing them to me. And he turned around and walked out. He thought he gave me a 20. I said, hold up, player. You gave me too much money. He said the average barber would have took it. I said, no, I ain't going to take it because I just want you to pay me what you owe me. See, God is looking even when y'all don't think he looking. And I ain't about to sit here and tell y'all no lies and then try to get to heaven. I'm trying to get to heaven. At the end of my life, I want to spend time in heaven. And the only way that's going to happen is if I'm doing right. I can't be telling y'all a lie and God see the truth. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, I had criminal friends. Hey, look, I tell you a story. I was a cool cat growing up. I mean, no doubt. People thought I was cool. My nickname was Cool Carl. That's what they called me when I was growing up. I was a rapper that came out on a record label in 1987, stayed on the record label in 1991. But before that, about a year before I signed the record label, I was hanging out. I'm gonna show y'all something because I'm gonna go back and find something while I'm talking to y'all. Um, I did a lot of stuff in my life, man. No doubt, I did a lot of stuff, and I'm proud of it. But at the same time, you got to grow. You got to get to a different place in your life where things make sense a different way. This right here is called Urban Beat Records. Urban Beat. I know it's backwards on here, but this is Cool Call. That was my first single. My first single came out in 1987. It was called Me and My DJ. It was a 12-inch vinyl record called Me and My DJ. That's to give you a little bit of insight so you don't think the story is a lie. All right, people know me from rap. That's what they knew me from when I was a young guy. I was always rapping. I rapped everywhere. I rapped at backyard parties. I rapped at anything. I rapped in competitions against other people. That was good at it. I was the man when I was 18 to about maybe 25 years old. I did a lot of rapping. But I was outside standing on the corner with these guys. They was, drug dealers. And I wasn't selling drugs. I ain't had no drugs on me. They don't give me nothing to hold, no money, no nothing. I was just out there. So a guy asked me, he said, why you out here? He said, yo, C, why you out here? I said, yo, man, I'm just out here hanging with you. He said, yo, man, this ain't where you want to be at, dog. I said, what you mean? He said, man, you got too much going on. You cut hair, you rapping, you boxing, karate. You don't need to be out here with us. I said, man, I'm just out here hanging, man. He said, nah, you need to go home. And he said it like he really wanted me to go home. So I went home. He came by the house later that day. He was like, you don't need to be out there, man. We be getting shot at. We be getting swung at. You don't need to be out there, man. He said, it ain't your place. He said, you could do other things. I can't do nothing else. So basically, I didn't hang on the corner no more. I mean, sometimes you got to have a guy to tell you something different. Otherwise, you're going to keep doing what you've been doing. If you want to fly like an eagle, you can't hang with the turkeys. Hey, look, you understand the concept. Somebody said, can I quit yapping? Call me a fake Michael Jordan. Hey, why do I gotta be Michael Jordan? Why come I can't be a fake Denzel Washington or a fake R. Kelly? I don't even like Michael Jordan like that. Y'all prepare me to Michael Jordan. Hey, look, it's all good, though. Keep playing, player. Look, I appreciate it, though. Hey, look, a lot of people, man, be like, a lot of people be having fun with me, man. But it is what it is, dog. Hey, look, you said it right. Avatar, people so ignorant. Man, you ain't figured that out by now? It's a lot of people out here that's ignorant. Somebody say starting a 48-hour fast tomorrow. Hey, Mike Jones, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, look, man, people think a fast is just drinking water. There's different types of fast. Hey, look, I fasted for 14 days eating nothing but a garden salad. That's cucumber, tomato, romaine lettuce, croutons, plant-based cheese or any cheese if you're not vegan, and plant-based dressing or any dressing if you're not vegan. I basically just ate a garden salad 7 days a week for 2 weeks. One time I did a diet based on plant-based chicken noodle soup. It's chicken noodle soup, but it's not chicken. It's just chicken substitute made by plants. So it's vegan chicken noodle soup. So I did it for 2 weeks. I did a fruit diet for a whole week where I was eating nothing but apples, oranges, grapes, bananas, watermelon, and cantaloupe for 2 weeks. Well, I did it for 1 week. That was the fruit diet. I did it for 1 week. Now, I do these liquid diets where the only thing you can do is drink something. You can't chew nothing. I mean, I do it just to see if I can. So got to get this weight down. Oh, that's what it's going to take, though. It's going to take that. Anytime Television, my guy, what's good with your homeboy? Glad you up here. Don't forget, man, make sure y'all get the likes up. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, and we're going to keep the party going. Let's see who else got something to say up here. 58 years old. Wow. Hey, look, I appreciate it. Experience is a good teacher. It's the only teacher I know, Mike. Keep up the live streaming. Oh, wait a minute. Keep up the live streaming, OG. You are a positive father figure for the young that don't have no fathers out here that need advice or tips on how to navigate through life. Bless you, coach. I just subbed. I appreciate it, dog. I appreciate it. Toku. Let me screenshot your name. I like to show these comments like this to my wife. Appreciate it, dog. Hey, look, man, I'm just trying to be what God made me. A lot of people are running from what God made them. It's a lot of basketball players that don't play basketball. A lot of boxers that don't box. A lot of singers that don't sing. They just waiting on a sign. They at the office. You know what I'm saying? They filing papers, but they sing. They won't go to a competition to sing because they just, I don't know if people gonna like me. People gonna hate on me. People gonna hate on you anyway. They're gonna hate on you in the office filing papers. So you might as well do what you want to do with your life and stop doing what somebody else wants you to do with it. This is such an inspiration. I appreciate it. Hey, look, we just gonna keep pushing. We gonna keep pushing. We ain't gonna let the haters hate. The haters can hate all day, but we're not gonna let them mess with our insides. Everybody could be whatever you want to be in life. I don't care what it is. You could be a doctor, a lawyer. You could be a bum. If you're gonna be a bum, get a clothes basket, get some army boots, and get some khakis, so that you could be the best bum out there. You don't want to be out there with no sweatpants on. You ain't gonna be able to last that long. You gotta be able to storm the weather. Where am I from? I'm from Virginia, Hampton, Virginia. You use straight razor. I did when I needed to. I don't now. I shape up myself. Now I don't use a straight razor. I just use clippers. You get good enough clippers, you don't need to use a razor, because a razor going to bump you up or it's going to leave dark lines on you. So, everybody can't take a razor. But for those that can, you rock with it. So I'm in Virginia. Somebody say love from India. Love from India. Appreciate it. Some of y'all say stuff I can't understand. I don't understand some of these words. You got a motorcycle in your house? No, that's not a motorcycle. You talking about? You could probably see it in the background. That's a bike. I got a lowrider. It's a Swin cold crate lowrider. It's 16-inch front wheel, 20-inch back wheel, all chromed out in the front. I used to build bikes as a hobby. What's the topic of this discussion? Life and how to live it. It's a trip how we forget the euphoria we think alcohol is giving us. Life itself can give you the feeling if we pay attention to the Lord's blessings. Hey, look, man, I thought alcohol was helping me, dog. I really did. I was stressed out. I drank a 40. I thought it was helping me. I didn't drive or nothing like that. I sat at home, but I still drank. But then you realize that your life is being consumed by a product. And I don't want nothing that I need to keep me going. I think we should be able to keep us going with a little prayer, a little motivation, and a little discipline. And so I didn't need that extra stuff. So with that being said, man, it wasn't hard to give it up because I didn't need it anyway. Anything you don't need shouldn't be hard to give up. What do you think about the Fortnite Battle Pass? I don't know what that is, but I can look it up. The Fortnite Battle Pass. I know Fortnite is a game. My sons have played those games. But I'm going to look it up. Fly Aubrey. Coach, how you feeling? Man, I'm feeling like, I tell people all the time, if I feel any better, I think I died and went to heaven. I'm on earth right now, and I'm feeling good, like heaven bless me every single day. How do I stay consistent? Man, I just tell myself when I wake up in the morning, I got a six-pack, right? And if I want to keep it, it's some things I got to do. If I got a fresh cut and I want to keep it, it's some things I got to do, right? You got to cut your hair. You got to go to the barbershop. If you got a nice girl and you want to keep your girl, or you got a nice guy in your life, you want to keep your guy, you got some things you got to do. Whatever it took to get them is what it takes to keep them. Same thing with the six-pack. I had to go through work to get this six-pack. So in order for me to keep it, I got to go through work to keep it. It ain't easy. But they say it ain't easy getting greasy. Coach, what's your thoughts on the Roach Cruz draw? Hey, man, that fight could have went either way. I thought Cruz brought it. I'm a friend of Lamont Roach. I'm a friend. I'm a fan. I've watched Lamont Roach when he was like 13, 14 years old in the amateurs, because he boxed in the amateurs the same time as my sons boxed in the amateurs. We just from two different cities, but our cities sometimes visited the Maryland and D.C. area. I'm from Virginia, but we visited Maryland, D.C. to fight. And they come down here to fight. So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is, man. But I thought Cruz brought it, man. I thought Cruz was bringing it. Plant-based protein, that's the only thing I drink, bro. I can't drink nothing else. I can't drink nothing with animal. I tell people all the time, if I could pet it, I ain't going to eat it. Snoop Doggy Dogg. That's my dude, man. Why you jiving? 3 into the 4. Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre is at the door. So you love black women that act white. Hey, look, everybody got their flavor, right? I just love people. I don't care what color you are. As long as you act right, not white. You act right. That's what I care about. But once again, keep in mind what I said earlier. If you causing me a problem, you don't need to be here. That's with anybody. That's with anything. And I mean, like, I don't cause people the problems because if I did, I expect you to not want to be here either. I try to live a simple life, man. I try to do what I teach, live how I teach. Say rappers got fashion style from dope boys. Maybe you might be on to something. I mean, I was always who I was, man, but you know, it is what it is. But I was a rapper and I was a good one. What's the best punches for knocking out a person? I guess that's what you're saying, knocking out a. All right, the best punches is no best punch. It's what you can land. That becomes your best punch. So if you're strong in a certain area, then get stronger in that area with that punch. So if you strong in the shoulders, strong in the hips, know how to twist your hips when you throw a punch, then get good at a hook. Then what you do is you set the hook up. You throw all these other punches, bah, 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 bang, come across, bang. But knocking somebody out is not about how hard you hit them. It's about where you hit them. Bottom line is, I can hit you all day like this and never hurt nothing. But I can hit you like this, coming down. See how my mouth divides? Coming down, break your jaw. It's all about the concept. You got to know the concept. You got to understand how things are put together. The same way they put together, they could be broken apart. Just like Legos. You put Legos together, you know how to put them together, you know how to take them apart. Well, I studied how bodies were put together so I can know how to take them apart. If you catch a guy throwing a punch, right, and you hit him right here, not in the center, this side or this side, preferably this side, the side where your muscle is, you can knock the arm back. I ain't got to tell you what's going to happen if you coming straight full steam like this and this only knocks this part back. It's going to dislocate it. I mean, like, I've been in the game too long, bruh, and I see stuff. I study stuff. I watch a fighter. When I go into a fight and I see the fighter and he's standing there, he doing like this, I'm looking and seeing what he's doing. He's stretching his arms out because his arms are tight for whatever reason. Sometimes fighters don't got no chest. Their chest is flat. So I start hitting them in the chest. I start throwing punches directly to the chest. And in the center of your chest is your solar plexus. It's where your ribs divide. If you had a lot of chest, I can't get to that. But if your chest is flat, I can get to that. It's a lot of damage being done. That's your sternum. The bone is your sternum. Under it is your solar plexus. Man, I spent a lot of time studying the whole game, bro. So I could understand what I would, because if you're going to be in something, study it. Say demons don't like when humans are fast. Hey, you told the truth. I've been fast all my life, and demons been chasing me all my life. I was having bad dreams, man. I was having dreams I was killing people. Real talk. 18, 19 years old, I was having dreams I was going to kill somebody. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know why. I want anybody that ever done anything to me, I just want to kill them. But it makes sense now, right? It don't make sense because I want people to live. I never killed nobody, but I thought about it because people have done things to me, you know, and I was the kind of person that didn't want you to get away with it. But the reality was God changed my whole life. He changed me, told me how to put people back together rather than break them apart. Speak your truth, brother. You honestly come through the screen. I see you. Hey, look, I appreciate it. Hey, look, this guy told me one time, he said, you can see the truth in your eyes. He said, you can see the truth in your eyes. You don't got to lie. The truth is right there. When I look at people, I can tell who barbecue and who mildew, who a man and who a mouse. You know what I'm saying? It's all in the game. I mean, I've been around the game so long, man. You kind of, I tell people all the time, man, it's funny because I don't like to hang with a lot of people because a lot of people like to lie. And I'm from the school of I know what a lie sounds like. I know what a lie looks like. I know what a lie feels like. It doesn't settle well in my soul. So I don't want to correct you. I don't want to make you out to be a liar. I want you to be the truth so I can leave you alone. But a lot of times people they just by habit, they just tell lies. You know what I'm saying? I can't get on that side of the track no more. I'm on a different side of the track now. Hey, look, don't marry women who are not virgins. That's a good statement for back in the day. Nowadays, you can't say that. You got to marry somebody that it don't matter whether you're a virgin or non-virgin. What matters is what type of woman is it, or a guy. What type of guy is it? Because there's some guys out here that ain't virgins too. So what type of guy is it? You know, my whole thing is, I'm old school. I just want to get married once, and once don't work. I ain't never getting married again, and it's just because I just don't know if I want to give up that much of my life again. You gave up that life to somebody that you was in love with, and you expected. Let me tell you, I could give you all my money. I could give you all my answers. I could give you all my material wealth. But giving you my heart is harder than all of that. Because you could take my car and drive it down the street and never come back. I'll just deal with it. You can take my clothes and burn them. I could just deal with it. You could take my money and spend it. I could just make more money. But when you take my heart, you change my whole life. See, now my heart is damaged. And I'm not just saying this about me. I'm saying this about every guy and every girl that's on this line. When you take a person's heart and damage that heart, you damage them for life. So now the next person that she think is doing right and leading her to think right or leading him to think right, see, then you got to look at them sideways because you already been hurt one time. And once you get hurt once, you don't want to be hurt again. So then you become cold and you don't want to be involved in that no more. So I always tell people I'm going to give everything I got. Like the preacher say, when I die, my tank's going to be on E because I'm going to give you everything I got. Everything, all my heart, all my soul, all my money, all my love. I'm gonna give you everything. I'm gonna sit up at night and rub your back. I'm gonna rub your feet. I'm gonna do everything. Cause once you leave, you stay gone. Cause I'm not gonna be willing to do it all over again. I did it once. I'm not gonna do it again. What's the workout for today, coach? My gloves and heavy bag are ready for some work. Man, you know I do the same workout every day. I mean, my workout is 3.5 hours long. And I do hit the bag. Today's bag work, if you get to the gym, today's bag work was combinations. I just stood and was like, bang, bang, bang. 1, 2, 3. Pop, pop, pop. And I did it for like 5 minutes. Then I shook myself off. And then I went 1, 2, 5. Bang, bang, bang. 1, 2, 5. Bang, bang, bang. And I did it for 5 minutes and then I stopped. Then I did the 2, 3. Pop, 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 pop. Because the reality is, like Bruce Lee said, I'm not afraid of a man that can throw 100 different types of combinations. I'm afraid of a man that throwed 100 combinations one time. Like in other words, 10,000. If a man threw 10,000 combinations, you don't be afraid of that man. I'm afraid of the man that threw one combination 10,000 times. That means that he perfected that combination. That's what you got to be worried about. Mark Breland was the man while you jiving. Mark Breland was the man. Mark Breland was the man for a long time. Mark Breland was coaching a lot of people. He was coaching, I think he was coaching Sweet Pea Whitaker at one time. He was also coaching somebody else. I can't think of who else he was coaching. But Mark Breland was the man at one time. I mean, real talk. He was bad. He had a good jab. I don't know what Jiggy Jiggy is, but I appreciate the comment. What's up, coach? The standing 8 count boxing, baby. What's happening? I should sign with Diddy. I'm not no rapper no more, man. I'm 58 years old. Who gonna buy my raps now? I still got raps in the safe, bro, but I'm 58, man. You know what I'm saying? At 58, I know where my timeline lies. Since you used to rap from Virginia, did you ever see Pusha T and his brother around the city? First of all, they not from the same place I'm from. They on the other side of the water. But no, I never seen them. But them guys is young, man. When I was rapping, them guys was still in the baby crib, bro. I'm 58. They ain't even 40, I don't think. But so that would put me 18 years over them. But when I was a rapper, they weren't even around. Timbaland wasn't even around. Magoo wasn't around. Missy Elliott hadn't come out. I was rapping in 85, 86, 87 to like the early 90s. I was out with LL Cool J, Cool C, Steady B, EPMD, Jazz Jeffrey the Fresh Prince, KRS-One, Rakim and Eric B. That's my line. That's the people I was out with. What it is, coach, my man Redacted. Hey, man, I don't seek revenge no more, but I did back then, and you couldn't tell a young buck nothing back then. That's why you see what y'all see is the redone version of this clown. I used to be a clown, bruh. I was a thug. I was spending time sitting on the curve. I was sitting on the curve waiting on somebody to come out the house that did something to me earlier in the day. But nah, man, I ain't that guy no more. Can't be that guy no more. That guy would have been dead a long time ago. I told y'all, I ain't have to still be here, bruh. I sat on the corner, man, when guys sat on the curve on the corner. Not standing on the corner with the drug, just sitting on the corner with some guys. Just sitting on the curve and cars pulling up, shooting out the car. We got to roll over a couple times and run through the neighborhood. Man, that joint crazy, man. Hey, look, I ain't had to still be here, but God bless me. Somebody say Shakur easy. Shakur gonna beat Lopez. Cause Lopez, he don't train like he used to. Lopez in it for the money now. And I ain't dissing Lopez, he just in it for the money. And I don't think he's a sometime boxer. Sometime he gonna be good, sometime you don't know what you're gonna get. I just think he ain't gonna have enough to beat Shakur. I think Shakur has got a better game plan, a better strategy, a little bit more hungrier. See, it's a nice bike behind me. That's my low rider. I'm gonna show it to you real quick. I'll take a second to show it to you. Yeah, I rock the Swin. That's the Swin low rider. Y'all might see me in the neighborhood. 16-inch front wheel, disc brake, headlights, mirrors, Bluetooth speaker under the seat so it's playing music when I'm riding, chrome fenders, banana seat, saddlebag on the back, pipes like a motorcycle. Yeah, man. That's my low rider. That's my three-wheeler. I'm getting ready to drop that and do some things with that. And this is my racing bike. Because you know I do them 20 to 50 miles, man. Y'all know how I get down. I do that racing bike thing. Yeah, so people be asking about that bike. They be seeing it in the background. I used to have a few of them, man. I had a red one at one time. Called it Little Red Riding Hood. I also had a green one. I gave the green one to my son in Germany. When the military came to pick up all this stuff, he didn't know I was going to send the bike. I sent the bike. Can we see your arch? What is an arch? I don't know, man. Y'all be confusing me with some of this stuff. Said Pusha T and Malice, they from like across the water. I don't know if they from Norfolk, but they on that side of the water. I'm on this side of the water. I'm in the Hampton, Newport News section. I'm on the side of the water where Allen Iverson grew up in my city. He was a young buck that came in my barbershop back in the day. Michael Vick grew up in my city. He was one city over, but on the same side of the water. They on the Norfolk side. That's like crossing a big bridge to get to the other side. It's like going from Jersey to New York. They on Norfolk. And over there, that's where Sweet Pea Whitaker at. Well, was before he passed away. Keyshawn Davis, the boxer, he from Norfolk. From Cali, been to Manassas, Virginia. Manassas is it's a couple of hours away from here. It ain't where I stay. Did you watch The Cut? No, man, I couldn't watch it yet. I'm on the timeline with TV, man, in the afternoon. Me and my wife, we got certain shows that we trying to finish, series. But I'm going to watch it. I'm gonna have to watch it during the daytime when I'm sitting. But I be doing so much stuff right now. I got it on my list, or I screenshot it yesterday. That's what I was thinking. I knew he trained somebody else. He trained Deontay Wilder. I knew I couldn't think right off the top. But he was training Sweet Pea Whitaker for a comeback one time, and then he started training Wilder. A lot of boxers keep forgetting KO by avoiding getting hit clean. In your opinion, if you must get hit, what's the best way to keep from getting hit clean? People say, man, the way I teach boxing, you only have to move 3 inches out of the way of a punch to keep from getting hit clean. The punch coming straight at you. They aimed it where they was going to hit. All you do is you lean a little bit and throw your shot back, and therefore you can drop somebody in the process of them trying to drop you. That's the way I always taught it. You can get KO by getting hit clean. A clean hit is always a bad hit. That's why you always try to avoid the hit. But my biggest thing is learn how to catch and shoot. So if you got your hands here and say somebody throw a hook, you catch the hook and then you shoot your hook. You parry. One of the things I was famous for doing, they throw a jab and they right-handed like I'm right-handed, or they left-handed or whatever. They throw a jab from this side. I block it with the backhand and step over it. So in other words, you parrying, and then they throw the jab, you start timing the jab. Most people, when they throw the jab, they don't even bring it back up. They do this. Bang, bang. Bang, they throw it from right here. So if you catch it and shoot over it, you catch them every time. But you can't be afraid to fight, to do those things. Bad news, yo. Hey, look, that's what's up. I was born in Newport News, even though I live in Hampton. I was born in Newport News at Riverside Hospital in 1967. Hey, coach, how did you get right with God from your past lifestyle? Well, first of all, my mother and my father. My father was a preacher since before I was born. I don't know how it happens. I don't know how it started. Let's just say this. I was a tough little kid. And when you're a tough little kid, you get recruited by other tough little kids. So then you become a tough older kid. Then you become a tough teen. Then you become a tough adult. And at some point, you keep going down that path, you're going to end up in the prison with a lot of other tough adults. So what I ended up doing, man, I just changed my life. I got tired of watching people suffer. If that makes any sense. I got tired of watching people suffer. I became help. I used to be in class with people that was being picked on, so I became help. People didn't want to bother me. People knew me, they didn't want to bother me. So if someone said something to the guy that was sitting next to me and I stood up for him, I didn't say, don't say nothing to that guy, I'm gonna beat you up. I didn't say that. I just say, leave him alone. Sometimes they'd be like, so what you gonna do? Hey, look, you don't wanna know what I'm gonna do, because I ain't gonna do what he doing. And then that kind of changes things. You see what I'm saying? And as you grow older, you realize that you for the people, you're not for yourself. I never did things for me. I didn't fight mostly because of me. I fought because of other people. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing is God changes you. God gets in your life and he changes you. He make you more like a vigilante, somebody that basically protects people, not hurt people, but protects people. And kind of like I was that guy. So even when I was in the boxing gym, it was guys that couldn't fight worth 5 cents. But I would train with them. And they were like, why you want to train with that guy? He's whack. I said, because I'm going to make him better. If I make him better, I got somebody I can spar with. So I made him better. I would tell him, I'm going to throw a hook. When I throw the hook, this is what you do. Bang, bang. And he started getting good at it. He was countering my hook and hitting me in my face. And so basically what ended up happening is that's how I dealt with people. When I was in karate, same thing. I didn't want to spar nobody that wasn't good. If I knocked a guy down, I helped him back up because I just became that guy. I don't know, over life, I guess seeing so many things go wrong, over life you change. Let me see, your moderators are crappy and fat. I don't have moderators. So you might be talking about yourself since I don't have moderators. Got the pipes on the low rider. That's cool. Yeah, man. I had to pimp it out. I did it, man. And look, when I was building them, I was building them. I wanted people to see them. Foreman is in the exception. Didn't want to even call. Well, Foreman was the exception because he was so big. You couldn't hurt this right here. And then he blocked. He protected himself. And you were scared to go in and get hit with them haymakers. Merry Christmas to you. Coach, wishing you the best, my brother, from another mother. Hey, look, that's what it is. I appreciate it, man. God bless you. Wipe your feet at the door and hit that like button, man. Say, wipe your feet at the door and hit that like button, man. Y'all feel me? Hey, look, man, appreciate y'all being up here. Appreciate y'all having some good conversation and good dialogue. I keep watching the clock because I know it's getting almost that time. I got to eat that orange, that apple, and that banana. Y'all feel me? Hey, Coach, what's up? Hope you're good, brother. Yeah, man. Dustin. Yeah, man, I'm over here doing the best I can with the hand I got. I tell people all the time if I was doing any better, I think I died and went to heaven. How do you know when you're not dead? You got to pinch yourself. How do you know when you're dead? If you pinch yourself, you still might feel it. It'd be like, ouch. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. We all might be dead. That'd be kind of ugly, wouldn't it? I don't think we'd be using the internet. I wouldn't be paying these bills. I don't think you pay bills in heaven. Yes, sir. But look, I love these conversations. Always, man. Once you get rid of a couple of the trollers, man, you have some good conversations with a lot of good people. Yeah, man. But I appreciate each and every one of these. Y'all don't know these things. Hey, look, y'all thinking I be pimping y'all up. Y'all be pimping me up too. Y'all be giving me some information, making me think outside the box, the whole nine. What's next on the agenda? For me to eat. You know, I ain't ate since yesterday. I eat from 5 to 6 p.m. and that's it, player. When the 6 p.m. hit, there's nothing left. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you talking about almost, what, 22 hours right now? Hey, look, well, no, 23 hours because I eat at 5. So 23 hours without no food. I do drink my protein shakes, though. Yo, coach, a lot of youngins use knives instead of fists nowadays from the city I'm from. Will boxing help with self-defense when it comes to situations where it's hard to walk from? I don't want to use knives. Well, first of all, my whole goal is stay away from them. If you know where they're going to be at, go the other place. And boxing don't just teach you how to throw punches and how to block punches. It also teaches you how to run. That's why boxing is all about cardio. You got to have cardio to be a great boxer. So trust me, at any given time, you might have to break camp. I done broke camp a couple of times too. That's why I'm still standing here right now. But hey, look, man, fighting against a weapon is always hard. And I don't tell you to get a weapon because then it's going to be 2 dead people or 2 injured people. My goal is stay away from them. And I'm going to keep praying for you so that you don't get caught out there like that. Somebody say, please shadowbox. I got shadowboxing video on my channel. It's called 5 a.m. shadowboxing. I just dropped it yesterday. Pull it up. It's on this channel right here called 5 a.m. shadowboxing. I think some people just be asking questions that don't make sense to nobody, not even to them. It probably don't make sense to them either. Yeah, man. Appreciate you, OG. That's what it do, man. Hey, look, sometimes the advice you need to hear ain't the advice you want to hear. I carry a pocket knife with me everywhere I go to, just in case I get jumped. You never know what the world has to offer. They won't even know you when they jump you. But when they feel the cold steel, they'll be like, oh, man, I made a bad move. I ain't going to kill them. Trust me. I'm going to leave them because I want God to deal with them. You can change a person's life. They'll try to jump you when you cut them 2 or 3 times. But I'm not saying cut nobody. I'm just saying, you trying to make it home? I'm trying to make it home. Because when I tell my wife I'm going to go running, you know what she say? I'll see you in a few. She expecting to see me in a few. Yep, you can ask me a question. How do you get excited? How you do excited and giving vibe of young? I don't understand that question, man. You must not be from America. That joint was all confusing. And I don't know what that mean either. Look, man, make it make sense, bro. Make it make sense. Oh, you talking about the martial art with dimes? Yeah, but you can't teach that. You can't teach that overnight. So if he getting stuck tomorrow, he in trouble. DC, what's up, DC? Hey, look, man, I've been up there a couple of times recently, man. Somebody said, where did your hair go? In the sink when I cut it off. That's what it do, man. Hey, look, I ain't worried about no hair. Hair is a problem right now. Hair be in the way. That's why every time somebody call you and say, come on, man, let's take a picture. They want to do a screenshot or a FaceTime or a selfie. You got to have a haircut, man. You can't, hey, look, guys got to have a haircut just like your girl ain't going nowhere without a hairdo. Hey, man, who do you think would have won in a fight between David Tua and Mike Tyson in their prime? Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson in his prime was unbeatable. He was a monster. He was mad at the world. And he took it out on anybody that climbed in that ring. Pain in chest after shadow boxing, after like punching 20 punch. Is that fatigue pain or something else, or chest strain? It's hard to diagnose it. But if you felt it just from punching and you feel it just from punching, I say put some icy hot on it or put some heat on it if you got a hot rag, or if you don't got a, because I use a heating pad. But if you don't got a heating pad, put a hot rag in the microwave, put it on your chest, keep it up there for about a day or so. If you still feel it, it's time to start checking other measures, because you might have pulled something, or you just might have been tight from the muscle. It could be anything. But chances are, if it's the first time it happened and you in pretty good shape, it ain't gonna be nothing detrimental. It's just gonna be something you just hurt. When my next time out of the country, I don't know. Last time I went out of the country was on a boat cruise, and that was 2 years ago. But we've been saying we want to go back. Who do you think would have won between George Foreman and Mike Tyson in their prime? I don't know, because George Foreman ain't never been hit by nobody like Mike Tyson, and Mike Tyson ain't never been hit by nobody like George Foreman. It all depends on who get the best hit, who get the first best hit. But I don't think punches really mattered to Mike Tyson back in the day. He was a monster. Mike was mean. Mike was mean. That's what gave Mike what he had, his meanness. And George won't mean. George just fought for a different reason. I'm 45 years old, 6'2", 180 pounds. Is it too late to get in the best shape of my life? No, it is not. I was 46 years old, 201 pounds, and not in no kind of shape at 5'6". And I went from 201 down to 140 in 6 months. Mike was that dog. Who you think got David Benavidez's number? Nobody. Not right now. Nobody. I like to see the Britain boy, Blair, not Blair. Can't think of the boy name now. Just saw him fight a couple of days ago. But I want to see the Britain boy. He young though, so he ain't gonna have his number right now either. Yeah, Mike was that dog. When Mike was doing it, Mike was doing it. What's your thoughts on, I don't know what that is. Do I need a speed bag and a heavy bag, or just a bag that you use? I use a heavy bag, 2 different types of heavy bags, one on a stand and one that hangs from a chain. I mean, I don't think you need a speed bag to get good at something. It just depends on you, because a lot of people can't work a speed bag. Foreman mellowed as he got older. Let's not forget about the George that walked around a German Shepherd. Yeah. I remember that George. George was a beast, but I don't think George was as mean as Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was a different kind of animal. I mean, but I can't determine who would have won. I just know it would have been a good fight. Can we do a right and left hook combo together? It's gonna leave you too open. It's gonna leave you, because if they have power in both of those shots, you talking about a shot coming, boom, and then coming, boom. Yeah, you can throw them, but they're gonna be linging punches. Like we talking about swinging from Carolina, you're gonna leave all this open in the middle. But if you land both of them, back, depending on who you're fighting, whop, depends on who you're fighting. You might be able to take them out. I always say throw a straight punch with a hook. Throw a straight punch, then a hook. Let me see. Jan Fan, 2571. Glad you up here. Shanice Brewster, glad you up here. Hey, look, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button so I can see y'all up here again. And make sure y'all hit the like. Get the likes up. We done had about 200 people up here, so we should have 200 likes. Y'all forgetting to hit the like button. I ain't asking for much. No money involved. All you got to do is just reach up and touch that like button. Reach up and hit that subscribe button. Please do that for your boy. I got to get offline in a minute, because y'all know my dinner time is coming quick. I got to have time to go upstairs and take a shower, then come back downstairs and hit that stove and get whatever I'm cooking. Ronnie Lott said he was inspired by Mike Tyson when he tackled folk. Yeah, because Mike was a monster. Mike was a monster. Mike was like a pit bull, a wild pit bull. But look, I got to get off here, man, because I got a whole lot of stuff I got to do before the wife come home, and I got to help her train. It's Thursday, the last day of her training for the week. She trains Sunday through Thursday. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all. Somebody say, how much you weigh now? 144 pounds. But I appreciate y'all. Thank you for getting on my channel. Thank y'all for hitting the subscribe button. Thank y'all for hitting the like. Please continue to do so. I'll be back on here again tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, with that being said, holler at your boy on the flip side, because right about now, your boy gots to go.